Hi there, welcome back to the SEO Bootcamp by Moz Academy. This is the Backlink Basics course, and in this lesson, we'll be talking about the Moz tools for link building. Now we're going to start off taking a look at Link Explorer. And Link Explorer is the tool within the Moz Pro Research Tools that you'll use the most for link building. You can find that tool by clicking on the Moz Pro menu. It's the second tool under the Research Tools. Again, it's called Link Explorer. Now, when you land on the tool's homepage, you can select a target from the drop-down here. You can look at a root domain, which means an entire site, a subdomain, which is just one part of a site, or an exact page. For this example, I'm going to look at Moz.com, and I want to look at the data for the entire site. So I'll leave it as root domain and click on Search. Now, when you enter a target in Link Explorer, you'll automatically be taken to the Overview tab. And in the Overview tab, you'll see some basic information here. We see the domain authority of this domain. We see the number of linking domains. So that means this is the number of websites linking to our target, which is the Moz.com website. This is the number of inbound links. So this is the number of links linking to the Moz.com website. So we have about 6.6 million inbound links coming from almost 79,000 websites. And then here we can see the number of keywords that this domain is ranking for. Now, if we click on the number of keywords, we'll be taken to Keyword Explorer, where we can see all of the keywords for which that domain is ranking in Google.com. Okay, so back here in Link Explorer, you'll see a lot of information here on the overview. We're going to go through each of these metrics as we go through the Link Explorer menu so you can see what all of this data means in context. So let's go ahead and move on to that next tab, Inbound Links. So if we click on Inbound Links, we'll see some basic information that we saw in the overview, including the domain authority. Here we also see page authority, again, the number of linking domains and the number of inbound links. This feature also defaults to limiting results to one link per domain for feeds and proxy sites. So if you're getting multiple backlinks that are from bit.ly or feedburner.com, the tool will limit it to one link for each of those types of domains. We can also enter a link source. So if we enter a domain here, let's say we enter TechCrunch, for example, we'll be able to see if we have a backlink from that specific domain. So all of these URLs listed down here are backlinks to Moz.com that are on the TechCrunch.com domain. We can also filter by link type. So we can look at follow, no follow, redirects, no redirects, canonicals, and such. So let's say we wanted to filter out all of those no follow backlinks. We can select follow. We can also change that link state to look at all, active, or lost. Okay. If I scroll down a bit, I can see the URL from which I'm receiving a backlink, the anchor text that's being used in that backlink, the page authority of that page, the domain authority of that site. This is the number of linking domains, so this is the number of websites that are linking to this page. And then we see a spam score. Now, the spam score is the percentage of sites with similar features that we found to be penalized or banned by Google. We identify 27 common features among all the millions of banned or penalized sites, and this is the percentage of sites with similar features to this site that we found to be penalized by Google. In general, anything between 1 and 30% is considered a low spam score, which is good. Anything between 31 and 60% is considered a medium spam score, which is kind of somewhere in the middle. And then anything above a 60% is considered high, which isn't so great. We'll talk more about spam score when we go into the spam score tab. Now you can also click on this drop-down, and this will show you more information about that link, the date it was first seen, and the target on your domain that page is linking to. Now you can export this list to a CSV, and it will reflect any filters that you use. So this CSV will either download to your machine, or if it's a large CSV, it will get emailed to the address on your Moz account. All right, so let's jump into that next tab, Linking Domains. Now this looks at the diversity of websites that are linking to you. So you'll enter a website. Again, we see some basic information: the domain authority, page authority, the number of linking domains, and total inbound links. You'll notice that you can filter by link type, so you can look at follow and no follow, or all. And you can also filter by link state, all, active, or lost. If we scroll down, we can see the domain from which we're receiving a backlink, that website's domain authority. This is number of linking domains, so this is the number of websites that are linking to this domain. The spam score for that domain. And then when I click on that drop-down, this will show me the top URL from that domain that I'm receiving a backlink. So if I'm receiving more than one backlink from that domain, this is the top URL by page authority. If I click on all links from this root domain, this takes me back to the Inbound Links tab, and I can see all of the URLs from which I'm receiving a backlink from just that domain. Okay, let's head back into that Linking Domains tab. Now again, you can export this information into a CSV. Our next tab is Anchor Text. Now, anchor text is that visible, clickable text in a hyperlink. So you can take a look at the keywords most commonly used as anchor text that are linking to a site. So you'll enter a domain. When I scroll down, I can see the anchor text that's being used. And in this case, just the word Moz is the most common anchor text. This is the number of linking domains. So this is the number of domains using this anchor text. And this is the number of followed external links using this anchor text. And then when I click on that More Info drop-down, this will give me the top URLs by page authority that are using this word, Moz, as anchor text. So all of these URLs are linking to me, and they're using the word Moz as anchor text. These are the top URLs based on page authority. If I want to see all of the URLs using the anchor text Moz, I can click on all followed links with this anchor text. That will take me once again back to that inbound links page. It will filter by using Moz as the anchor text, and it will show me all of the links that use Moz as anchor text. Let's go back to that anchor text tab. Now, once again, you can export that to a CSV. So you can use this tab to analyze the anchor text to your own site, maybe look for how people are talking about you. You can also use this to look at your competitor's anchor text. If you enter your competitor's domain, it might give you some indication as to some of the keywords that they're pursuing. Now the next tab is Top Pages. This will allow you to analyze a site's most valuable pages based on metrics such as page authority or linking domains. So you can enter a domain, and then when you scroll down, you'll see a list of all of the pages on that domain. It automatically sorts by page authority, with the highest page authority first. So you're looking at the most valuable pages based on page authority. This is the number of linking domains, so this is the number of websites linking to this page. And this is the number of external links to this page. So our home page is receiving over 1 million backlinks from over 13,000 different websites. Now, once again, if I click on View Links, that will take me back to the Inbound Links tab, and it will show me all of the backlinks to just that page, my home page, Moz.com. Back to that Top Pages tab. Top Pages is a great resource if you need to do inventory of your site. You can simply enter your domain and export this to a CSV. This will give you a list of all of the pages on your domain. You can sort by page authority, and that way you can have that inventory with your top performing content up there at the top. It can really be helpful when you're trying to prioritize work. You can also filter by status code. So if you'd like to look at all of the redirects on a site, all of the broken pages on a site, you can do that as well. All right, the next tab is Discovered and Lost. This tracks when Moz found and lost links to a website. And so this can be very handy for tracking the impact of a marketing or link building campaign. So you'll enter a domain. Now you can change the date range over here on the right, and that can be really helpful. As I said, if you're trying to track the impact of any kind of campaign, you can narrow that date range to when that campaign was happening. But we'll leave it as the last 60 days for now. Now if I scroll down, I can see the total number of links discovered in these 60 days, the total number that were lost, and then the net. And I can change that date range. I can uncheck lost to just show discovered. Now these are links that were found by the Moz tool during this designated time frame. This doesn't necessarily mean that they were created during this time or on these specific dates, but simply this was when our tool found those links. That indicates the date that we picked it up. So for example, if I hover over May 1st, I can see all of the links that were discovered on May 1st, 154, and I netted 112. Now, if I click on Lost and uncheck Discovered, this will show me all the links that were lost during this date range. So these were links that were not found when our crawler attempted to recrawl them. So our crawler went back to a page where you have a backlink and the link was no longer there. Now, it could mean that the link was removed, but there are other reasons a link might be marked as lost. It could be that a server error kept us from accessing a page where you had a link. Maybe that page returned a 404 error. Maybe there was some JavaScript implemented on that page which kept us from finding that link. For some reason, the link was no longer accessible at the time we attempted to recrawl it. Okay, so now if I scroll a little further down, I can look at the individual links that were discovered or lost. So I can see the domain. So if I choose discovered, for example, I can see the domain, the date that link was found, the domain authority of that domain, the spam score, and when I click on that dropdown, I can see the top link discovered from that domain. Now, if I click on all links from this root domain, once again, I'll be taken back to the Inbound Links tab, and I'll see all the links that I have acquired from that domain. Another thing I can do is look at lost. So if I select lost here, I can see all of the links I recently lost. Again, I can see the domain, the date that link was lost, the domain authority and spam score. And then once again, if I click on that dropdown, I can see the page that I lost a link from. And when I click on all links from this root domain, it'll take me back to the Inbound Links tab and show me the links that were lost from that root domain. So that's discovered and lost. It can be really handy for maybe trying to reclaim some of those links that were lost or looking at what links you recently gained. Now the next tab is Compare Link Profiles. So this is where you can compare the link profiles of up to 5 domains. So I've entered Moz.com because that's my site. I might enter up to 5 competitors. So I'll enter SEMrush.com, maybe Majestic.com, all great competitors of Moz, maybe Ahrefs.com, and then maybe KeywordTool.io. Now I can compare the link metrics of up to 5 domains at once, so I can see their domain authority, total links, external followed links, all side by side. And that green highlight indicates the winner of that specific category. If I scroll down a bit further, I can see some bar graphs that represent that data. And then if I scroll even further down, I can see historic data for all 5 domains that I entered. So this is great for those of you who might be freelancers acquiring a new client and you'd like to see what's their domain authority been before I even started SEO for this site. Maybe you're stepping into a new role in-house, or maybe you're just starting SEO on your site and you want to see, well, what's my domain authority been over time without any SEO or active link building work. And then you can also look at your competitors' domain authorities over time. All right, the next tab in Link Explorer is Spam Score. Now, as I said, Spam Score is the percentage of sites with similar features that we found to be penalized or banned by Google. So you can see the Spam Score breakdown here. Again, 1 to 30% is considered low, 31 to 60% is considered medium, and 61 to 100% is considered high. So what this means is 93.4% of the domains linking to Moz have a spam score of 1 to 30%, which is good. That means the majority of the sites linking to this domain have a low spam score. That's exactly what you want to see. You'll also see this domain's spam score over here on the right. Now, if this spam score is high, say it's over 60%, it doesn't necessarily mean your site is spammy. You might want to consider some of the factors that we consider when we look at those penalized or banned sites. There's 27 different factors, and it's things like a low number of pages, no contact information, an abnormal ratio of outbound links, things like that. Now, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see all of the inbound links to this domain sorted by descending spam score. So we're looking at the backlinks with the highest spam score first. You can export that to a CSV and maybe start investigating some of those sites that have a high spam score. All right, well, the last tab in Link Explorer is link tracking lists. This is a new feature that allows you to create a list for a domain that you're building backlinks for, and then easily and efficiently track if any of those backlinks on that list are present. So let's say, for example, I'm working on a site called civicsolar.com. This is a site that sells solar panels, and I'm working on building backlinks to that site. What I might do is click on Create New List. Now let's say the purpose of this list is, this is my goal links. I'd like to list domains that would be ideal to get backlinks from. So the first thing I need to do is name my list. So I'm going to call it Civic Solar Goal Links. And then I'll add my target URL. Now you can add a domain or a specific page here. So if you're building backlinks to an entire site, you can enter that domain. Or if you're building backlinks, if you're focusing on one specific page, you can enter that page that you're building backlinks to. And then step 3 is to list domains or URLs that you're focusing on acquiring backlinks from. So let's say in an ideal world, I would try to get a backlink from maybe hgtv.com, maybe some educational institutions, maybe National Geographic, maybe energysage.com, FTC. Again, you can list either domains or specific pages that you'd like to get backlinks from. So step 2 is the URL or site that you're building backlinks to, and step 3 is the URLs or sites that you're building backlinks from. I'll add one more here and click on Save. Now, if we go into this list, we can see this is the average domain authority and average page authority of the URLs that we listed. We added 7 websites to this list, and one of them is linking to my target. Now, you can see down here, You can see how the URLs link to your target. So whether it links to the exact page, in this case that would be my home page, or it links to somewhere on my root domain, or it does not link at all, and we can filter by how they link. And then when you scroll down, you can see a list of all of the websites I entered, the page authority, domain authority, the number of linking domains to that page, and then whether or not that links to my target URL. And if it links to the exact page, and again, in this case, it would be my home page, that would be green. And if it links to my root domain, it's blue. If it does not link, it's red. So that's what a list looks like. It allows you to analyze your link building process. Now, another tool that you can use for link analysis is the Mozbar. The Mozbar is great. It's free. It's a browser extension that you can download from this page. And it allows you to identify page attributes and link attributes. So with the Mozbar turned on, you can see the page authority and domain authority of any site you're visiting. And of course, you can turn that Mozbar on and off for when you're not using it. But you can see here on londonclimbingguide.com with the Mozbar turned on, I can easily see the domain authority and page authority of that home page. If I were to click on the highlight icon, now the highlight icon is that second from the left icon that looks like a pencil. A tray opens up and it gives me the option to view all the follow, no follow, external or internal links on that page. So this is great for determining whether or not a site offers a follow backlink. I could simply click on follow and it will highlight all of the outbound follow links on that page. Another great thing about the Mozbar is it allows you to view this kind of data right here in Google. So if you do a Google search and you have the Mozbar turned on, you can see those gray boxes that appear under each result, and it'll give you some information about all of the results for that particular keyword. So if we zoom in here, for REI, for example, we can see the page authority, which is a 50. This 330,000 links, this means that this page, this climbing page, is receiving 330,000 links from 49 different websites. That's 49 root domains. The domain authority of this site is 84, and the domain, rei.com, is receiving over 83 million backlinks from over 56,000 root domains. So it really gives us some good information right there in Google. Now you can also change the profile and the location so that if you'd like to look at the results in a specific location, you can name that location here. You can either look at Google US non-personalized, you can look at a specific city, etc. So those are the two tools that will be most helpful for link building, Link Explore and the Mozbar. Thank you.